What did I say? What did I tell you guys? I told you guys that there was no way in hell that Welfin had the slightest ounce to do with UP's death. There was no fucking way. A lot of you guys doubted me, saying, "Oh well, UP was in a weakened state after busting all them nuts. When you bust them nuts, you get tired of that shit." I was like, no, Welfin is fucking weak as fuck. There was no way, even in UP's bitch mode, there was no way Welfin could have taken out UP. I stated this from last week. I've been stating this for the last week also, and I just got proven right. How do you feel now? This is what happens when you doubt me. I tell you something, you fucking listen because it's fucking facts. Understand? Understood? Cool. Moving on, Netero, round of applause, because that guy is a fucking smart fucking mastermind. If he was a criminal, he would be one of the fucking downfalls of the earth. He will be the demise of the earth because his mind is fucked. The rose bomb, raw. I thought he was just committing his last act of suicide and his last attempt, and this guy has done the ultimate checkmate. The king, the royal guard, the ant race has fucking lost, because with that rose bomb, Netero did not just blow himself up and cause some nuclear bomb, he also caused a nuclear bomb and poisoned all the ants. So maybe not all the ants, but basically the royal guards, and actually not the royal guards, because I think of the people who was near the explosion at that time. So that was the king, Pouf, and Pito. So obviously, Pito was not there, but as you know by now, she just got her ass slaughtered by Gon, so she's fucking dead. So the last three people that are the last remaining threats are the king, UP, and Pouf. Well, now UP's dead now because the rose bomb done caught him lacking. It caught him slipping. Like they said, as soon as you inhale, it starts to break down all your fucking insides, all your organs shut down. You end up dying. The result is death, as you saw from UP. It's happening to Pouf, and for this whole episode, Pouf's nose was bloody. I was just thinking, clean your fucking nose. What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't just be walking around for fucking bloody nose, busting nuts. You can even see Pouf was just busting bare. This guy's just, it's just been proven that this nigga is fucking gay as fuck. He was just busting bare nuts, having multiple orgasms when he suddenly realized that the king's power has surpassed anything. Like his expectations have been passed, because the king's power, now that he's taken UP and Poof's power, he's just become completely on another level. So with this rose bomb, obviously it's affected the king probably the most, because he was direct impact with that. Pouf and UP came after, but the king got the direct impact, so he's obviously affected, but him being the strongest is actually taking the longest to affect him. With UP, with his bitch mode as well, UP's bitch mode is even worse than his normal mode, so he just got destroyed straight away. Pouf is starting to feel the effect. The king one isn't really there yet, but it's going to happen, and I'm kind of feeling iffy about this, because obviously after the Netero fight, after the nuts were busting all over him, his powers became tremendously bigger. He's more powerful now. So on the plus side, it's the king's gonna die eventually, like Palm said, because he's been poisoned also. But obviously he has to die, because it's been a while since this arc started. Obviously the main guy has to die, but he just got a major power up, and it's a bit it's peak that you're not gonna get to see him have a formidable opponent, especially with Netero dead. Gon's power is down thanks to that bitch Pito. She fucked it up. I wish Gon would have came back, had to fight the king, so the king could test out his new powers against Gon developed body, but that is not going to happen anymore due to fucking Pito. So fuck Pito. Fuck that bitch. She could just fucking die. Get the fuck out of there. This episode was awesome. You can see Welfin was, I told you, Welfin is a pussy. Look at this nigga right now. He aged 100 years because the slightest thought of him being devoured by the king made him age. So this guy went from about what 20 to 120 in a matter of 1 second. The king's aura made this nigga age 100 years. That's how much of a pussy Wolfen is. So you guys that thought Wolfen had the slightest bit to do VP's death, fuck you. You must be fucking stupid, because Wolfen is fucking shit. Like I've said many times, he lost to Dicklit Icalgo. Once you lose to Icalgo, you are not even worth. You shouldn't even have a name as a character. You should just be called Bitch Boy, because Icalgo is the shittest character on this planet. So boy, the king, the ending though, because the king has finally, with Wolfen, he didn't know what to say. He was yeah, this could be my first word could be the decision that either I live or die. So he was racking his brain, Pouf secret, all of that shit, and finally he came out with the word that triggered everything. Komugi. He whispered it because he was scared that if that was the wrong answer, King would have sent his fucking head flying. So he whispered it, but that was the greatest answer he could have said. Komugi. Everything has triggered in the king's brain. He now knows what the fuck Pouf was hiding for him, because which the king's character has changed dramatically, because in the olden days, because Pouf even went as far as to like giving him a command. He commanded the king. What? Pouf, bitch, please. The old king would have sent him flying. Obviously, I don't know, development. Netero said it, as the narrator said, that the king is borderline between the ant and human. You can see as Wolfen grew some balls, started trying to shit in the end. You can see the king was like, well, I hope you find him, I hope you can live as humans. The old king would just send his head flying like, bitch, shut your fucking mouth. Who the fuck are you, peasant, granddad, because he's now 100 years older, fucking gramps. Fuck off. The king, wow, the fact that I know he's gonna die now, fuck's sake, without even having to test his powers on someone that can actually stand up to him. Fucking hell, fuck you, Pito, you fucked up the work, you fucked up the play. This episode's great though, I'm not gonna lie, it was great, it was great content, I won't lie, great development, all of that shit. Finally, I've been proven right, Wolf is a pussy, nothing to do with VP's death. Netero's an old dog, he's a fucking legend, he's an OG. He fucked the shit up. Ultimate checkmate from the grave, he has won the battle. So yeah, great episodes, mathematically, thumbs up, and I'm out.